Hey everybody, just wanted to make a quick video to talk about something that if you want to be successful in life, you got to stop doing. Okay, you got to stop doing this if you want to be happy, if you want to, get the stuff you want out of life, if you want to, just be happier and just be a more successful person, then this is something that you have to stop doing. Okay, you got absolutely from today on, if you're doing this right now, you got to stop doing it. Okay, and the thing I'm talking about is negative self talk. Okay. When I was a kid, I just decided a long time ago that I would never say anything bad about myself to myself. And my thinking back then, I was just thinking that, look, there's enough other people in the world out here that's going to say bad stuff about you. So I don't want to be one of them. And so, for example, if you do something stupid, if I do something stupid, which I do sometimes, I won't say, Greg, you're so stupid. You're stupid. I used to say, that was stupid. Okay, that was stupid, which is better than calling yourself stupid. But I would even, steer away from that because, you need to be nice to yourself. Okay, you need to not give yourself a hard time. Stuff happens in the past. You can learn from it, but then move on. Okay, if you do something that make a decision that wasn't a good decision, learn from it and move on. Don't dwell on it. Don't beat yourself up. Just learn from it and move on. It's really important to instead of negative self-talk, you need positive self-talk. Okay, encourage yourself. Tell yourself good stuff about you. I remember back one of my last corporate job, they asked me, we were making these nameplates or whatever they would put on our cubicles. So they asked me, what I wanted to put on there, or my name. They wanted to like, put my name exactly how I wanted it to appear, and I put the shit, because I was like, because I'm the shit. Okay, now keep in mind, you might say, well, yeah, Greg, because you make millions and you're successful, so of course you feel that way. But this was before that. Okay, at the time, I'm selling copiers. Okay, which not is not exactly a prestigious, corporate job. I was only making like $55,000 a year. I was pretty much broke. A lot of debt and stuff like that. So I was not in a good position, financially. But I still believe that I was the shit. And I think that belief, helped carry me forward, to having success. You got to have, you want to develop, a positive self-image of yourself because in life, you don't get what you want. You get what you are. Okay. So if you feel like a failure, and you beat yourself up, then, you're going to get more of that in your life. Whereas if you encourage yourself, say good stuff about yourself, really love yourself, then there's going to be, better things happen in your life, and you're going to have, more positive things happen to you as you have more positive self-talk. You encourage yourself, then, better things are going to happen in your life. So stop the negative self-talk. Never say anything bad about yourself to yourself. Just learn from your mistakes and move on. And a lot of times mistakes aren't really mistakes because a lot of times stuff that happens and it seems like a mistake at the time, seems like something bad at the time happens, but as it goes on, that might be something that needed to happen for you to get to where you needed to go. Okay, so stop the negative self-talk, encourage yourself, be your own best friend, and you'll find that your life will change for the better. That's it. Just wanted to drop the little nugget for you. Hope you're having a great day. If not, make it a great day. Greg Davis signing out. Peace.